Hi Grace, welcome to Fort Scratchley. You were here many, many years ago.
Yes.
Now, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. One of them is, when were you at the fort itself?
I was here in 1944, 1945.
And
I don't know what month it was, but I was here.
yeah, and what was your position or your rank?
Switchboard operator, signal woman.
Wow. Where were you billeted?
We had 3 huts down on Nobby's Road. We built it there, and the men were all around in this building that I'm sitting in now.
And what did you do? Did you interact?
Yeah, we had the mess down where the parking area is now, and we had the mess there, and that's where we met the men. And when we were on duty, they were coming and going all the time.
Right. So did you have any social gatherings like dances and?
Most of the Tyrrell House was our dance
Right.
venue down that way.
You would have got a pass then to go down.
Oh,
to
we
the
just
dances?
walked down there and just walked into Tyrrell House and had dancing there, or went to pictures or something.
So
down in
you
Newcastle.
just never were required to have a pass to.
No. We had us like a league pass if we ever wanted to go down the
Yes,
street.
that's what I meant.
But no, we just walked in and went to Tyrrell House for most of the dancing.
Wow.
Organised.
Could you describe the daily routine here for the AWARs?
Well, we had the huts, as I said, down there. We came back and then we just had our usual times to go to the switch room. Each time we didn't stay, I'd say about 4 or 5 hours at a time, and then we just switched over and went back down. And then the weekend I went home from the Friday afternoon till the Sunday afternoon, which I was living locally in Hamilton.
Wow.
Organised. And then we'd have a parade may be coming up in Newcastle, so we'd go up to King Edward Park fully dressed in our uniforms and practice there. And when the march for bonds came up, war bonds, we'd go down Newcastle and march in the streets of Newcastle.
Fantastic. Now you just said you worked for 4 to 5 hours a day on the switchboard.
Yep.
Can you give me an idea of what it basically entailed?
Well, we sit at a board and it's got eyeballs at the top on glass, and then there's a cord at the bottom. You lift that up and you put into holes in the bottom. Then you just answer who you are, and then just want to know, can we help you? And we just put them into different sections that we learn on the board.
Wow.
Of here.
So you were signals, so you had your normal men that operated here.
Yes.
And you had your gunners and your privates and
yes,
basically the whole crew.
Yes. Most of the crew, the guns and stuff like that, and sergeants and lieutenants and everything.
Do you remember whether any of the wave battery or the batteries that were over on Nobby's and that ever came up here at all?
Not that I know of.
Right. Yeah, no, just that we know that wave battery, we know the meals were supplied to out there to wave battery and to the observation post out there on Nobby's.
I didn't know much about them at all.
Yeah.
Wave battery.
Just another question, 2 more questions. Where else did you serve? I know you've already told me, but we just wanted to.
I served at Fort Wallace at Stockton. I was underground there because of security. And then I went to Watson's Bay, at the Watson's Bay camp there. And then I went into Melbourne, into just this side of Heidelberg. We took over the Ivanhoe Grammar School.
Wow. Yeah. When you were at Fort Wallace, were you around the mapping room or were you still on switchboard?
I was right next door to the mapping room.
And the mapping room is the one that faces the main road, goes down into Stockton.
And I was right next door to the plotting room.
That's
the big table there was 3 colours, each represented a camp.
Do you remember much of your time at Fort Wallace?
I did, quite a bit.
Oh!
Mostly we were there, and we went to different venues, like, sitting there. And then over there again, we had, might be 4 or 5 hours over there again, and there'd be morning shift, afternoon shift and night shift.
Right, so they had 3 shifts where
3 shifts there.
Whereas the shifts here were different?
Oh, they're about the same.
About the same. Just
yeah.
though you didn't work 8 hours, you just worked the 4
And we
hours.
had, because it's a long way to the mess over there, and we decided to change a little bit of it.
Yep.
And then when I went home of a Friday afternoon, my mother would always send something back for the girls. And we decided then, instead of going to up to the mess for breakfast, we'd have the breakfast in this little rec room.
Right.
And I'd bring some eggs, and we'd turn the radiator upside down and we'd fry our eggs until one of the officers found out about it. And then one girl came in to be on duty. She bought a beautiful hamburger, and we asked, where'd you get that from? He said, oh, Stockton. So we got the bright idea about hamburgers then. So one of the girls got to know about it. Next minute, in comes all the orders. So one of the girls said, I think the best idea would be to go and ring them and tell them how many you want. So they went down. We had to put our hats on to get out of camp and the uniform. And then, unfortunately, the army officer, lady officer, Lieutenant Checkley, found out about it. So she rang me and said, do you know anything about a hamburger run? I said, oh, just a minute, madam. And I'm like, all right. Anyhow, I said, well, he may have to get in touch with Corporal Reid. I said, you can tell me. I said, yes, we have it. But he said, I said, the mess people are going mad. Well, she said, order me 2, please. So that was our hamburger run strategy.
And you didn't have that same thing here?
No, no, definitely not here. The mess was where the parking area is now.
Yes.
We just walked up there because it was very close. But Scratchley, you had to go right round the whole half the camp to get to mess.
Oh.
And that's how we found out different things like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Would you have a rough idea about how many women were actually here?
Not really. It'd be over 40 easy.
At a time?
At a time, I think. It'd be 40.
Were all their jobs just signals? Or did
No, they were gunners. They were
Yeah.
cooks. They were mess orderlies.
Right.
And they had different sections, and different things there. Mostly gunners and signal girls.
Right. Just one more question. Can you remember who the commandant was at the time? And
Major Mort was one
Yes.
that I know of was here, and Lieutenant Leach was our officer.
Right.
Here. She was and they had a big old-fashioned house up top of the hill here. They call the Batty House, and that's where she was.
Is there anything else you can remember that
Not really.
real good memories for you here?
Oh, not really. Like the same old routine every time. We made our own fun.
Of
We
course.
go down the beach if you wanted to go down the beach there, where we go down the street and do a bit of entertainment there, go to the pictures. And they had, I said before, they had dancing at Tyrrell House if you wanted to go there.
Just briefly, what time were you ordered to get up, and what time did you have to go to bed at night?
Around about 6 we used to get up, to go up to the breakfast mess, and then any time at night, roughly might be by 9 or 10 to see. Well, some of them used to go on night work, you see, on the switchboard,
Right.
and at different times like that. But we had to be up by 6 anyway. That's our time was here.
Thank you, Grace. It's been lovely to see you, and you are welcome to come back here anytime you want.
Thank you for having me.